garden cheating. Is it cheating if I'm introducing something fake artificial in the garden? I don't know. Well, there is a lot of stuff going on. Look at this treasure. For somebody it's a treasure, for me. And I'm going to solve the problem of this window box, because it does look a little bit too artificial for me. These flowers are always so perfect that I'm going to cheat. Another garden too, Olga, Carmody with you, Master Gardener from Connecticut. I'm going to add water into this bucket, because these guys, they do have to stay hydrated. It's very warm today. And yesterday we went to the property of this lovely lady, Lydia, who invited us to collect sticks because she has so much wood on her property. So we were happy to come, and what a lovely lady. We got all this, and some of them are nice and straight, and some of them are crooked, as you can see somewhere here. Look at this, the crooked thing. But I'm going to do another wattle fence in the garden, and some of the sticks will be just crooked, you know, because it's nature, right? And this is not going to be enough, believe it or not, for the whole project. I'm finally ready to do it under this tree here. Look at this salvia. Lovely, right? We didn't have a lot of beetles to damage salvia this year, but clearly this salvia is struggling in the pot. It drinks a lot. And I had another 3 salvias. I raised these guys from seeds, and another salvia didn't survive the winter because it's hardy to zone 7. And these guys I keep in the garage, and I have to keep them in the pot. Sorry, just heavy feeding, and that's the end of this for this salvia. Not happy in the pot, but there's no way to overwinter it. Okay, so let's see what is next project going to be. Here we go. So I told you already so many times, I'm finally ready with this thing. You see these sticks here? I was trying to decide where I'm going to do the wattle fence, in the front of the tree trunk or at the back. And you see those sticks? That's approximately where I'm going to put vertical planks for the support, for wattle support. And it will go all the way through here, you see. And probably the fence would be this tall, or maybe shorter, I'm not sure. We will see as it goes. And then I will trim all the vertical support. So at the beginning I was thinking about rebar stakes, because here I was worried that the wind might overpower the fence and eventually it will fall. But then I gave up the idea because I don't really have access to good rebar height here. I just checked Home Depot, so whatever. I gave up the idea of rebar. And I went for usual planks, but treated. So I'm going to put them all the way behind the trunk, all the way here. And I just came from Home Depot with those planks. I'm going to paint them, and we have our beautiful sticks. Hopefully to do it tomorrow, or maybe in several days, we will see. So meanwhile, these guys are going to sit in the water, stay in the shade, stay hydrated, so they're not going to lose their flexibility, right? You see how nicely they bend? And I'm going to make another wattle fence from them. How exciting! Finally, I was talking about this fence for many months, and now I'm finally ready. Well, now it's time for the cheating. Recently I went to the second-hand store and I found a wreath for $2.99. So there were ugly little flowers weaved in that wreath, so I threw it all out and I collected these ones, which are pretty good. They don't, these artificial leaves, and they are not bad, not outrageously artificial looking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat, and I don't think that this is a big deal, light cheating. So look what I'm doing. I'm going to put this around my begonias. And my begonias look so good this year. Oh my gosh, look at this. They are perfect flowers. They neatly drop the spent blooms and they just create new blooms non-stop. I just fertilize them, water them, and they are just like this. Hopefully they will be like this all the season, feeling happy in my garden. Okay. Doesn't this look better? You have to agree, it does. All right, and on that side too. Very often I don't agree with artificial flowers, but look at this. Doesn't it look better? It looks like it belongs in the in a nice windowsill. There you go. Not really offensive. Doesn't look really fake, although. Does it look fake, Mr. Cameraman? Tell me. Okay, thumbs up. All right, so this is it. Nothing to be done. My begonias are going to produce the blooms the whole season, hopefully. Well, let me show you the back. My sweet potato vine at the back is running its happy life. And also we are going to go to the front where I was working yesterday, and I was planting all the Hydrangeas in the front flower bed. So I did a lot of rearrangements there, so I'm going to keep you posted because hydrangeas are blooming, and all the rain we had in spring was enough for hydrangeas to create the blooms. Unfortunately, we are very dryish hot now, so hydrangeas are not carrying blooms long, I think. They're going to go into the age stage very quickly. Also, what I did yesterday, look at this patch of Hydrangeas. That's where I harvested all the baby plants. So you see these patches are looking very, very small. I cleaned Katrina rose. You see this? I cut those beautiful long stems out because they are in a way of they're not serving any purpose here. Katrina rose it has to be nice and flat here. Nothing on this side near the wall, so those stems had to go. And you know what I found out about Katrina? Katrina doesn't clean itself very well. Generous gardener, if you would not deadhead flowers, all the petals will fall down, nothing will get stuck on the leaves. Well, some of them will get stuck on the leaves, but they are not going to be messy on Generous Gardener. Generous Gardener is not a messy rose. Katrina is. So I was telling you that I didn't want to take those blooms down, so the petals started to fall off, and Katrina looks, I was trying to take the petals here and there, whatever I could. Katrina is messy. I learned my lesson. Take the blooms while they're still on the flowers. Not let Katrina mess everything around. Oh, here's one bloom. The last one. And I'm so curious if Katrina rose will rebloom for me. Okay, so let's go and see our happy sweet potato vine. Look at this happy sight. This sweet potato vine is getting more sun here than that one, and look, it is running. Oh, it's actually getting inside the house. No, you're not getting into the house. You're going to, I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to be just something like this, and sweet potato vine will readjust its leaves. Here we go. Looks good, right? A happy plant. I'm not sure what will happen from sweet potato vine in 1 month here. Probably will try to conquer all this area. There is a new bloom on my back porch. Finally, I was waiting for that bloom for many days, for many weeks, and it is California poppy. I was trying to raise it on the ground. Rabbits were eating it every season. So I'm raising it in this little hypertufa container. It struggles here. It doesn't really like it here, but we had our first bloom of the day. It already closed for the evening, and hopefully, look, this is another bloom coming up. So California poppies create very short-lived, bright, strikingly bright flowers, and they flower only one day, and then petals fall off. But because there are so many flowers, hopefully we will see a lot of California poppy blooms here, the bright spot. This is parsley. It was growing under Katrina rose, didn't see the light enough, so I took it out into the sun, and I can see that these guys already perked up here because parsley loves sun, so hopefully it's going to thrive here. There's a little bit of dill here in the middle, and it's going to be nice and plentiful for our kitchen. All right, let's go to the front and see beautiful hydrangeas in front of the house. My white hydrangea is already past its peak. It's already becoming greenish, but still there is a lot of bloom power. Oh, by the way, look at... is it a beetle? Huh? What was that? Okay, I don't know what that was, but these petals are going to fall off, and I don't want them to fall off. So some of the blooms of Lady of Shalott, look at this blooming power. Lady of Shalott loves what I did to this rose here. I acidified the soil, I cut the roots of this apple tree, and we're expecting, look, a new wave of blooms so quickly from Lady of Shalott, which is charming. By the way, I don't know what to do with this Verbena bonariensis. I planted some seeds into the pot, placed it here. It didn't receive a lot of sun here. So now my verbena fell, and I don't know what to do with it. Straighten it up, stake it, and put it on the sun maybe, and it will straighten up itself. Oh well, I should have done it earlier. What can you do? You know, my favorite phrase in the garden. My smooth leaf hydrangea. You know, it was blooming so well for a week and a half, and now it's starting to turn green, which is the aging color for the smooth leaf hydrangea. Usually people cut it down when these nice flowers are white to keep them white in the house. I let hydrangea age and go through its cycle of old blooms, and I don't do anything about it for some time. Last year I think I collected green blooms, and they are still in my garage in the waste, but this year I don't think I will do anything. I let the hydrangea age gracefully into a gray color, and only then I will take it down. Just deadhead the blooms. Meanwhile, here we have all our other hydrangeas blooming on the strip of land between the road and our sidewalk. Let me show you those blooms. So plentiful. You know what? I didn't plan to water my hydrangeas, but they look so thirsty right now. I'm going to put the hose out and do the watering. We are expecting a rain, a small rain in 2 hours, and usually that rain doesn't do anything for dry soil, so I'm watering these babies. Look at them. They are so dry. Oh, all the petals. Poor hydrangea. Look how plentiful it is. I love this blue color. Oh, it feels so good, the water. Oh, little honeybee. Oh well. It received a little shower. Actually, it's a bee. I'm not sure if it's a honeybee. All right, so this is what's happening here. Look at this slightly dead Hydrangeas right here. Well, I watered it, so it's going to perk up soon. We are having very hot days here. So you see, I trimmed all my nepeta here. Hopefully it will resprout nicely. And I planted all the Hydrangeas as a ground cover because I don't like winter to come out here. I have to trim it all the time. So look at this. This Hydrangeas was planted in the spring. Look how nicely it colonizes all this area here. Looks nice and clean and neat. And look, it probably will spill over. I'm thinking to do more of Hydrangeas all the way around here, where my nepeta is struggling with dry conditions here as well. So this is a plan for this flower border. No shake yet. When Baptisia becomes old, these seed heads, they become black and the seeds inside shake. It's a nice, funny feel to it, but they are not shaking yet. You know what? This Baptisia here is blooming and growing well despite semi-shade, so I might just as well leave it here and let all the seedlings colonize this area. Baptisia is very long-lived plants, and if it is given good sunny conditions, it becomes mighty big shrub. Well, not here. And what is this here? Some little bug here, whatever, I don't know the bug. All right, my dear gardeners, I'm going back into the house. It's too warm, and I will see you in our next video. Happy gardening.